guys, what I am going to talk about today is salt. What is salt? How is it produced? What are its types? What are its properties? What are the uses of salt? And some of its sources. So let's get started. What is a salt? A salt is a compound formed when the negative ions from an acid combine with the positive ions of a base. Neutralization is a reaction between an acid and a base that takes place in a water solution, the product of which are water and salt. Here is a neutralization reaction. HCl, which means hydrochloric acid, plus sodium hydroxide, which is a base, are combining together to form water, H2O, plus NaCl, sodium chloride, which is a base. So basically what is happening over here, acid, HCl, is combining with base, NaOH, to form water, H2O, plus any kind of salt. Okay, so let's talk about some types of salt. In this video we are going to talk about 3 types of salt, but we have many. Table salt, Kosher salt, sea salt. Table salt is one of the most commonly used salt in the kitchen. Kosher salt is a type of crystalline edible salt which is a coarser as compared to table salt and has large size grains. Sea salt is a salt obtained by evaporation of seawater. So let's talk about some chemical and physical properties of salt. Salt is white solid at 20 degrees Celsius. It possesses crystalline shape. Salt is brittle. It melts at 800 degrees Celsius. It dissolves easily in water. It is non-conductor when solid but conducts electricity when molten or liquid. It means that when we will solve salt in water, due to water, it will also be able to conduct electricity. It is non-reactive and stable compound because all of its molecules are fully bonded, so it is non-reactive and stable compound. So let's talk about some of the uses. In agriculture, we use nitrates and ammonia salts as fertilizers. In food preparation, we use sodium chloride and monosodium glutamate are used to enhance the taste of food. Food preservation. Sodium chloride, sodium benzoate, sodium nitrate are used to prolong the shelf life of food. Means all of the salts are going to preserve, are going to make them for better use longer. In agriculture, we also use sulfates as pesticides killer. In medicine fields, we use calcium carbonate and calcium hydrogen carbonate as antacids. Means they are just added in medicines. In industry we use silver bromide to make film and photographic paper. It is basically very useful in industry because without it we can capture films and photos. Medical treatment, we have also seen many people with broken arms have plaster over it, So calcium sulfate is used as plaster to support broken arms or broken bones. Medical treatment, potassium magnate is used as disinfectant to treat wounds. Yeah, this is an antibacterial medicine which is used to keep bacteria away from the wound so that it can heal more effectively. Okay, so let's talk about some sources of how can we obtain salt. The first one is mining. Mining means we have mined of salt, which are underground deposits of salt. Underground deposits are usually in mountains, and we have to cut off mountain to obtain salt. In Pakistan, we have the world's largest mine, salt mine, which is Khewra Salt Mine. The second one is evaporation of salt water. Now, what is salt water? Salt water is basically seawater in which we have large amount of salt. It is very, very salty. Salt water is usually very, very salty. So we evaporate salt water. When the salt water evaporates, we have the salt remain on the bottom. So in this way, we have salt for our food. The third one is salt brines. Underground means under sea, sorry. Under sea, we have salt deposits which are diluted when evaporated for salt water. We have to evaporate seawater, and then we can obtain that brines of salt. So let me show you a picture of a mine. Okay, this is a Khewra mine. This is not a Khewra mine, but it is a salt mine, Himalayan salt. It is pink salt mine, and in this way, this whole mine is made of salt. We just put some acid to put it down, and then we put some processes over it, and then it is okay for our food. So after that, let's talk about how sea salt is obtained. This is a picture which is taken while the sea salt was in process. These are some ponds of seawater. In sunlight, they evaporate and then give you salt. So let's check out how the work goes. In this diagram, you can see that in the bottom we have seawater. In the in the right side, we have sun, and there are two paintings showing salt recovery and clean water. Over that, we have an heading of salt evaporation. So how it all is done? Salt water is basically evaporated through solar evaporation. The sun heat evaporates the salt water, seawater, and then salt remains at the bottom. We collect all the salt, and then it is ready for your edible foods. This is how salt is obtained from seawater. That's all for today, and thank you very much for this video. If you like this video, if it was informative for you, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe our channel. Thank you very much.